Well, it's a bit of a brighter morning this morning. It's Saturday, I think it's the 21st of Feb, and yeah, we had quite a wet day yesterday, on and off showers, but it looks a lot nicer today. So hopefully we're going to get some logs done and get that job ticked off. I'm just walking down now to check the hens because the light's been a bit temperamental. The timer for the turning the lights on and off, but it's got a little battery in it which we think had probably died because from it being sat. So we've put a new battery in it. Oh, that's good, the lights were on. So which means that if you do get a power cut, it doesn't lose its time. That's what we think was happening, because the power had to be turned off the other night because Dan was messing with the electrics. So that all looks okay. We'll just go in there and run the feeder. They've all crowded at the front. Curiosity's got the hold of them. But no, they're looking good. Some of the cones are starting to come red. They're eating and drinking plenty. And now this weather's turned today. The shed's warmed up all on its own. It's 18 degrees in here. I might have to start cracking our window soon. So we made a bit of progress, or Dan has. We got this frame put up. This is an extra bay that we've put up, which will hopefully be like the parking bay for the van. Just a covered area, it's not going to have any sides, it's just so we can park the van here and then use that doorway to load the van in the dry, because obviously if you're dealing with egg boxes, they're all made of cardboard, and it can, if it's really lashing it down when you want to load your van up, everything gets very soggy. So we thought it'd be nice to have a covered area, A, to store the van, and B, to load the van. So we're thinking we might just stick glass. We've got loads of glass, aluminium frame and glass sheets, so we thought we might as well use it. That's the cheapest option. But anyway, that's probably going to be one of the last jobs, because the glass roof won't interfere with any of the rest of the build. We just wanted to get these bars up when we were doing the cladding, so because we had to cut round them or whatever. So yeah, I think that cladding can be finished off now. We've cladded this two sides. He's waiting for a window to come. He's put a gap in for a window, but we think the window we're going to have is probably going to be a different one. So that size will have to change, and then we can finish cladding that. So we're just waiting for that window, and then he's got all his electrics done. We had to dig a trench across from that post across here, because all these sheds were set up in a chain, so we just kept adding one onto another, and so when one of them trips the power off, it just trips all the power off, and it's quite difficult to figure out where your problem is. So we're just changing that, and we're having power come straight into this packing shed, and then each shed is going to be on its own trip. I might have said that already, but so we had to just dig a cable up, because the cable from the two sheds that are behind me came underneath here and went straight to that post, whereas now they come up and come to this box, or from that box. So yeah, so he started stuffing some insulation in, we're just using this polystyrene up that we got from the greenhouse. We're going to use all that up, and then he's just putting some boards on for now, and then that's going to be the temporary finish. We've got this door brought up, so we've got two of these are both from the greenhouse. They've been painted with oil, and they're on rollers, and they roll along a bar which we concreted in the other night. So we've put that bar in, so the door will sit on that and it will roll on that, and then we've just got to put a bit of channel, which was lying around here somewhere. A little bit of a channel groove that the door sits in. It keeps the door dry, and also that's what holds it up. So we've got to fit that in, and then we can finish cladding. We'll probably end up cladding above the door, because the doorway doesn't go all the way up to the roof. So yeah, so it's coming along. Just all the little bitty fiddly bits now. Dan's just spent a bit of time getting all the wiring how he wants it. we threw this frame up there. It's quite easy to put up really, and we chucked a bit of concrete down. So yeah, that's how much polystyrene we got left. I think it would go quite a long way. He's putting it in too thick, and then whatever's left, we'll have to buy some more of that insulation wool to finish the job off. So yeah, and the hay's still trickling out. We took another 2 bales to a different customer yesterday, and I've got 8 bales to go out this morning to a repeat customer. So a lot of interest in hay, got from all over the country. People are desperate for it. A lot of people from over Leeds, Manchester, Stockport, loads of people from down south, Shropshire, and then people from up in Liverpool as well, but all of those places are just a bit out of range really. We'll be going pretty hard at the logs this weekend. Get a good rhythm going. If you get a couple of people on wheel, or even just one person on wheelbarrows, one person splitting the logs. If you've got plenty chopped ready, you can fairly rattle through them. But yeah, we noticed yesterday when we were finishing off that this little thing here is leaking. Don't know what it is. It's obviously something to do with the switch, the valve switch. And that's leaking, so I'm going to have to take that off and see if I can, I don't know, maybe make a new gasket or something for it, because yeah, we just got a little bit more to finish off and the shed's nearly done. I don't think all of these will fit in there, but some of them will. I think we're going to be left with a few of these big rounds because they're just so bloody hard to move about. They get left till last. Well, cleaned it up and put it back on and it seems to be sealed, so we'll see how it goes. Cars are all doing really well, but they aren't off getting through some milk and they aren't off getting through some straw, just to try and keep them dry. But yeah, we got another bunch, probably take another bunch to market on Friday. Today is Tuesday, and then hopefully there'll be another bunch to pick up at the end of the week as well. So try and keep the numbers, well, I'm trying to keep the numbers growing, but at the very least keep them the same. This tractor's only got Cat 2 hooks on it, which is a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain in the summer because obviously we got the John Deere's on Cat 2 3, so Cat 3. So different size balls, so every time you swap in between machines you have to keep changing the balls on stuff, which is a bit annoying. And what I'm thinking of doing is cutting them off, and the reason for that is, one, because it'll make everything easier if everything's the same, And two, I went to go and have a look at a plough the other day that one of my neighbours is selling. We were thinking about getting a bit of a better plough, get rid of that blue thing, and so that we can maybe do a bit of reseeding in this back end. But the plough is on Cat 3 pins, so they won't fit those arms at all. So I think you can just buy the new head and cut that piece off and weld this hook on, which I'm tempted to do, because it would just make it a lot more handy, the tractor. I know we keep upgrading this tractor, and probably we're asking a bit too much of it, but this is the tractor that you'd want to go ploughing with, because it's it's a 6-cylinder, so it's longer and it can take the weight a bit better. But anyway, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It would certainly make hay time a bit easier if we could just put the same size cat balls on every bit of grass equipment. So yeah, we'll see. I think we're nearly finished spreading as well. I might maybe do one more load. Gateway's getting a bit poached up there. The field itself is fine, but I've nearly spread the whole field because I did half of it the year before. And I've just about caught up to where I've done, so I've put a layer of muck over every acre of ground that we've had between the middle of last year and now. Everything's had some, so I think I'm probably gonna maybe spread one more load and then we'll park that up. I want to take the gearbox off the back and see if Dan can get that sealed up ready for this season. But yeah, it's worked really well, that spreader. We've not had any trouble with it since, but I am a bit wary that there isn't enough oil. There isn't as much oil in that back gearbox as there should be, so it wants doing really before we start spreading digestate with it. Log pile's getting a little bit lower. God, what a job it's been this year. It seems to have just taken forever to fill this log shed, but we are filling it right to the roof, so it'll last a good while. This is where we're up to so far, but it's surprising how many more you'll get in that small gap. And then hopefully this well, we won't need to use this till probably the back end of next winter, because what we've got here, depending on, I don't think we'll be burning many logs now, so what we've got left here will probably last us for the bulk of next winter. And then it'll probably be about this time next winter that we start doing logs again. Well, it looks like everything wants a bale of silage this morning, so we'll crack on. Give them all their brewer's grains and then we'll put some bales out. Giving everything a decent shovel full of grains at the moment, because we seem to have plenty of them. The brewery we go to is double brewing every week because they've got a big contract on, so we can just keep giving it to them. We did run out over Christmas. They stopped brewing for a couple of weeks, and even when we were rationing it, we completely ran out for a week or so. So it's nice to have a constant supply of it again. Oh, they supposedly a constant supply anyway. probably wondering how on earth it's dry enough, but this field is, we're right up on the top of the sandstone bank here, and near where those farm buildings are, all of this ground coming away from the farm buildings is really heavily poached by cattle, because obviously the cattle that used to be at this farm were just overwintered on these sandstone fields. So this top half of this field is really poached, which meant it was really rough last year for all the machinery, the mowers and the rake, and we never got on here early enough because we didn't take it on early enough to get it rolled in time when it was still moist, and it's borderline a bit too dry now, which, you know, if you walk 100 yards down the field that way, you get instantly stuck. It's that wet, as it is on probably almost all of my fields. But so yeah, I'm just having a little bit of a go. I thought I'll come and see what it's like, and it seems to be doing a really good job, so I'm going to keep going until the field gets less rough, and I'm going against the way of travel, because you've got to sort of go against the way that the cattle have walked to fill the ruts in, if you see what I mean. And then hopefully maybe in a couple of weeks I'll come and roll it again long ways in the direction that I'm going to mow it, if that makes any sense. That's my plan anyway. We'll see how it goes. Not being a piece in behind that.
Yeah.
Well, it's the end of the month, it's the last day of February, so we're at the end of another one. Sold some more cattle yesterday, took another 5, so we moved all these cattle around. This guy, this Hereford here, decided to keep him and put him in the freezer because he's about 4 or 5 months older than the rest. But when his mates were all ready to go, he was an absolute midget. He's not much bigger now, but so I decided to keep him and put him in the freezer. And he's just starting to get a bit of shape on him and starting to get a little bit of fat around his tail. He'll never be a big animal, but hopefully we can get him fat enough to get him butchered, and it'll be some nice meat. So another month or 2, I reckon. He's getting a bit of barley. Got a couple more calves to pick up today. Only 2 though. I think calving's quietened down a bit. I've got to put the hedge cutter on, dig the hedge cutter out, because it's the last day for hedge cutting, and I've got one hedge that I never got around to doing, which is a bit annoying because it'll take me longer to put the hedge cutter on than it will do to do the hedge. But and then we've been doing logs. I've probably got enough room for about 1 wheelbarrow full left. But what a mission it's been to fill this shed. There's a hell of a lot of logs in there, and it's taken just a long time. It's been a big slog this year for some reason, and I think there's a lot more logs in there than what we've ever had in that bay before, because we've never had it right up to the roof. And we still haven't really run out of logs. There's plenty of big oak rounds left that we collected off a field last year. My log splitters, this valve's gone again. I put a new O-ring in it which stopped it leaking, and it was fine, and we did another 2 days with it, and then it's ripped the O-ring again, so it's taken apart really and finding out what's causing it. But yeah, this is all we've got left. That's a bit of conifer that I'm not too worried about, and then there's just these couple of big rounds, the likes of that. That's a great big knot, and it's just hardly worth bothering with. You can't split it because it's got a kink in it. But there's still quite a few logs on here, so we'll get that shed completely full hopefully in the next day or 2. And then we got another few jobs for the digger because it's gone wet again. We have had some dry weather, but it's gone wet, so I need to put a bit of stone around where my bale stack is, so I can do that. Next month's project is going to be get this bloody thing out of here, chop the top off it, and get the top scrapped, and maybe, well, either move it out of the way or start working on it and start trying to build it into a trailer maybe. My mum's been doing a lot of work around this pond the last couple of days. She's cleared all this bramble back. Couldn't see the pond at all, and now she's opened it right up, so it looks really good. It's a hell of a bonfire though, to stuff to get rid of. There's a bit of a tree there that wants dragging out, and then I think she's going to cut that bamboo back a bit because it's getting a bit over. It's swamping the area a bit, and then there's another bamboo the other side, and then these few trees all want digging out with the digger. And then hopefully we've got some gunnera here, which I don't know whether you know. If you don't know what gunnera are, they've got massive, great big leaves, and they're spiky. We thought they might have died because I don't think they showed much leaf last year, but they are alive and they are starting to shoot. So I'll show you them as they come up, because they're quite impressive when they're fully grown. One of the biggest leaf plants I think that grows, certainly around here anyway. Packing shed update. Dan's been working on this pretty much flat out the last week or so. Got that window in, he finished cladding, I think there's still the corner caps to put on. He's put a plug up there. He's got a Wi-Fi router, and the plan is he's hoping to try and get all the sheds with their computers connected to the Wi-Fi if they'll reach. But we won't know about that yet until he gets it set up. We've got this door hung, so that's on its runner which is concreted in, and then it's just sat in a little groove. It slides pretty easy, and then he's working his way around, putting insulation in and then putting this board on, which is just a bit of a slow, tedious job, but he's doing it right. He's done this wall already. All the electrics are in, basically the first fix of wiring is in, and he's putting plenty of plugs on the wall, which should be very handy. And so he's got this door left to do. He's concreted the runner in already, so he's just got to, I think we've got to take this cladding off and do it again, because we decided when we did this one that it was easier to do it in two pieces. So we cut all he put a piece of timber in across there to hold the door rail, and then he just cut little pieces of cladding to put in above them. So yeah, it's really coming along. Well, it needs to really, because we'll have eggs any day. This lean-to is not hurting, but I need to make, he's waiting for me to make another gutter bracket like that one to go on there, and then we can join the 3 gutters together, probably bring them right across to here and then down, and then there's a drain underneath here somewhere, so to take the water away, and then we'll probably put glass on top of that roof. Chickens are getting through a lot of feed, which is a really good sign. It's gone down to 12 degrees in there today. Yeah, they're getting through a lot of feed, and it's a good sign that they're about to start laying. I keep looking for eggs. It could be any day, or it could be a week or so yet, but certainly within a week I think we'll be getting eggs. They're on 12 hours of light now. Today's Saturday. By Monday they'll be on 13 hours of light, and usually once you get to 13 hours, that's when you start seeing your eggs, and then by the time they're on 14 hours, they'll all be thinking about it. So yeah, quite excited to get some eggs. Yeah, the calves are doing really well. They're haven't had to jab anything. It's a bit dark in here. Haven't had to jab anything for, well, I'd say a week now. They've really settled down. They're eating loads of hay, which I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but yeah, they're getting through a small bale of hay in 2 or 3 days, and they're eating loads of nuts as well. So we've got, I think there's 7 in this bunch that are all going to be weaned by this afternoon, so we'll take them to the other farm, which will make a bit of space for the next lot. And I thought there might be another 5, but there is only 2 coming. But then I think there's quite a few to carve in the next couple of weeks, so this pen will soon fill back up again. These didn't want a bale of straw. We brought 6 back from the other farm into here, smaller ones. So everything's downsized a bit in here, which will be nice because they'll get through less straw. Got plenty of small bales of straw left, it's just the round bales we're running out of. Oh, the sun's come out. It's been a lovely afternoon after raining all morning. We've got my hedge cut, dropped the hedge cutter back off again, and we're just on some bale jobs now. I've got been out and delivered been out and delivered 8 bales to one place, and I've just got to load up again and take another 6 bales out, and the stack's getting a little bit smaller now. Not sure how many's left exactly. I need to have a count up, because I'm still getting new people ringing me up all the time, messaging me, so I need to get rid of my advert really, because I think I can probably only just about keep the people that I've got happy now. But yeah, definitely keen to try and make some more hay next year if we can, but I imagine there'll be a lot of people thinking the same thing next year, so there'll be a lot about. All weather dependent, I suppose. Seven more weaned calves. One black and white one, which is the one we deormed the other day. Going out to the other farm. This is this, what's it called? Westerwold stuff we overseeded. And it's actually doesn't look too bad. There's a lot of chickweed in amongst it, but this has come really well here. Keep walking across the field, but there's patches where there's nothing. That's all old grass, and there's still a lot of docks in it. Yeah, I'm actually really chuffed with this. It's growing as you'd expect. It grew Italian ryegrass really well, so we did have high hopes for it. Do you reckon mow it next week?
Yeah, why not?
Right, end of the day, end of the Feb, end of the video. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in March. Bye for now.